tryna get paid, niggas tryna take my money, no way. I'm a real nigga, I'ma fuck a bitch real quick in my slippers. Bitches on my dick, they gon' dance on my lap. And if you talking shit, you gon' get a bitch slapped. Yeah, I like a mean bitch, not in the scene, bitch.
What is up, boys? It's your boy, Freddy here, back at it again with another video. And today is another story time. I'm sorry that I don't have that good of quality in this video, but I'll definitely be doing more editing and stuff to make it funnier. And if you can't see my face, I'm sorry. I don't usually have my big old light here because I'm at my dad's house and I forgot to bring it, so on with the story time. I'm going to talk about how me and my best friend Dylan, I'll put him in if you don't know who he is also Dave Weber on our Bob Dylan and Dave Weber show, B&D Sportscast. But we've been boys for a while. We've been boys since middle school, and now we're seniors about to graduate. But anyways, this is the time, freshman year, we went to go to San Francisco for 49er Cowboy game, because he's a Cowboys fan and I am a San Francisco 49ers fan, if you can't tell on my blanket, and also that painting that my grandpa made, and he's a 49ers fan, so he put red and gold in the guitar, and he's passed away now, but that's one of my favorite paintings that he's made. So yeah, I'm a long line 49ers fan. This wasn't my first time going to San Francisco, not even a little bit. I mean, this was probably my fifth or fourth time going there, because I have family there. Not as much now, like not at like immediate family, but this was definitely like my fifth or fourth time. But this was like Dylan's first time ever like going to San Francisco and Northern California area. So that was a fun time to like go the road trip and just like talk about everything before we get there. From where I live to that place is like 9 hours, so it's literally just like a night drive for my parents and also his mom that drove us. But it was like a night drive, so it was just us boys. So before we got there, his mom called in to I think it was Holiday Inn or something like that. It was like a hotel next to Levi's Stadium, which is the Niners' home stadium, because that's where it was. That was like the cheapest and nearest hotel. But anyways, she called in early. They said it was like all good, and she paid with card, and they said it was all fine. It was all fine and dandy. It was going through. They checked us in. Okay. This is where it's getting juicy. So we're halfway there, and we go stop and go get something to, like a little snack before you are finally there, because we still have like 2 or 3 hours until we were there. And so since we already were checked in, and since we already had the room paid for, so we just got some like gas station food, like bags of chips or like a Mountain Dew or some type of soda, so that type of stuff. We just got stuff before we got there, and that was pretty much the whole 2 or 3 hours until we got to San Francisco. So we went to San Francisco and we got there safely. But the game wasn't in San Francisco, like how Candlestick, the stadium before Levi's, now it's Levi Stadium, and they're in Santa Clara. But Santa Clara is just right next to San Francisco, probably like a 15 to a 20-minute drive. So our hotel was next to the stadium, like 15 miles away. Not within walking distance, but like if you drive a couple minutes and then go park somewhere, then it's another walk. It's just a couple blocks away, like a walk. But anyways, we get there safely until this is where it gets juicy. It was 3 o'clock. No, it was 2 o'clock in like the morning. So at nighttime, you're very tired after a long road trip like that, and you just want to go to bed, and everybody's just groggy. And then we went to the checkout, and this is what made me so mad, and also made Dylan mad, and also his mom mad. They said, "Hey ma'am, are you Deborah?" Or no. Rewind. So Deborah's his mom's name, and she's like, yeah, a room for Deborah, 3 beds and 3-bedroom room. And they're like, yeah, we'll look you up in the system. So they looked us up in the system, and it said we weren't checked in, or we didn't reserve a room. And we're like, yeah, you did. We just called you on the phone a couple hours ago, and your receptionist lady said, yeah, we were all ready to go, and the bedroom was ready. And then she's like, well, that's not right, because we don't even see your name in the computer. And we're like, did we go into the wrong Holiday Inn? Was there another Holiday Inn a couple minutes ago that we didn't know of? And we checked like the Google Map thing, and they're the only Holiday Inn next to Levi Stadium. Like the other one was like all the way eastern, like next to Oakland, so that wasn't right. So they said we're not even in the system, and we like double checked everything. Like, yeah, this is the Holiday Inn we're supposed to be at, and they said we can't sleep there because we didn't check in. And we're like, was it just a card? It was his mom was like, was it just a card issue? And it was like, your card didn't even go through, or something like that. But it was like, we had money to pay for the room. We had everything ready to pay for the room. So we just tried to pay for it there, but the rooms were all reserved. And we couldn't get into one because it was like a couple days after the game. And, you know, people from like visiting teams and even like people that travel there that are fans book rooms. And they're usually booked like a couple days before because it's a game day. So Deborah and Dylan and me were ticked off, and that was just like a really stupid thing that the Holiday Inn messed up. At this point, everybody was ticked off. I mean, we weren't ticked off at each other. Like, his mom wasn't mad at us. It was just middle of the night. We just needed a room to sleep because we've been on the road all day and all night. We just needed to go to bed, and they didn't have a room. We even offered to pay up front because we had the money, like what they said, but we just didn't have a room reserved, even though we called for one. And so we're like, so what else do we do? So we go to other motels, the more expensive hotels, but we're just gonna sleep there for a little bit until like 6 a.m. So we're probably gonna get 3 hours of sleep anyways. It didn't really matter. I mean, sleep is sleep. If you get 3 hours or 5 hours of sleep, it's at least you got some sleep. So we just went to like the nearest more expensive hotels for one night. And we went over to the other ones, and they're like, yeah, we're all reserved, we're all backed up for a couple of days because of the game. And we just kept trying, and then this one hotel. Luckily, thank you. I forgot the name of the hotel. Let me go look it up real quick. I just called Dylan, and it was actually not an expensive hotel that we were going to. It was a Motel 6. I mean, it doesn't matter what hotel it is. If it's 4 a.m. and you're tired and you just got off a 9-hour road trip, you don't really care where you sleep that night, other than the car, which we thought we were going to sleep in the car. Dylan even thought we were going to sleep in the car that night because we had to wake up so early the next day to go to we had to wake up early because we had one day until the game, one day to just go have fun around San Francisco, go to Alcatraz, have a fun day at Alcatraz, go look at the mall, go to Pier 39, the whole 9 yards for tourists in San Francisco area. So it just, we finally got a little bit of sleep that night, at least 3 hours of sleep. I woke up with a really bad freaking, this part of the leg, my calf area, because I was sitting in the car, and it was a really tiny car for 3 big boys that are in the back of a cube, car. I don't know what they're called, like a Kia, almost, but it wasn't a Kia. I'll just put a picture here of what it looks like. I think is what it looks like. But anyways, just sitting back there and your calf just going against your leg the whole 9 hours is just, it causes some cramps. Sorry, I just threw something, but it causes some cramps, and I woke up with the maddest calf cramp that you could ever think of. After that day, it was all smooth sailing, and we just had fun after that, and we just had a normal tourist day. But first time being there, we had to wait at least 2 hours to even sleep that night, and when we got there it was 4 o'clock, and we had to wake up at 7 o'clock the next day. So it was fun. It wasn't really fun waking up at 7 o'clock the first day, but it was fun the whole time, even though I forgot the year. It was either 2017 or 2018. The Niners were bad that year, so it was actually 2018. It was 2018 season. It was when Jimmy Garoppolo got injured. But anyways, we sucked that year, and we lost 40-10. It was a bad game for the Niners. But anyways, just being in San Francisco, I love being in that area, and I love just not playing around, but just being around San Francisco. That's my favorite city, and that's my favorite town to visit always, even though people give it a bad rep. I still love it. I still love California. California is my second home because I have a lot of family over there, because both of my parents are from California. So that's always my second home, is San Francisco. That's it for this video. It might be a little bit short for this one. I don't know why I keep saying that at the end of the videos. I just think it's gonna be short, and then it turns out to be 20 to 17 minutes. But anyways, I hope you guys like this little story time. Sorry about the bad quality, with the lighting, but I didn't bring my lighting setup like I said in the beginning of the video. But if you guys like this video, please give it a like. Always comment down below what you're thinking about and what you request what you guys want to see. Put that bell of notifications to see when I upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I try to, and I've been Lil Fatty, and I am out.
I'll be ready for the war. Tell me where to go. I'ma destroy. Yellow pussy. Get low or you might die. I be looking for the killer, drug dealer trying to take my life. I don't wanna go.